When you think China, what comes to mind? Is it their culture, or the food, or the cheap goods they export to the United States? All of these things are thought of, but these tend to distort the complications of keeping Chinese people in the dark on political, social, and entertainment topics. The blockade of information silenced by China's government would be called China's Great Firewall. It is the restriction of certain information, social media, and free speech. As restrictions narrow on what is acceptable in China, many of its people are being stripped of creativity and the necessary information to be able to use free speech in a legitimate position. To verify that statement, and how is internet censorship affecting Chinese culture, a Forbes article posted on July 10, 2018, Ms. Liu had stated, "How has this changed Chinese culture?" Well, censorship pours cold water on creativity. There are entire events and topics like the Tiananmen protests and crackdown that are completely off limits at the moment. For example, once in a while, online searches for Winnie the Pooh are blocked. Why? Because people think Winnie the Pooh looks like President Xi Jinping. What Liu is trying to portray in this is the severity of the censorship in China's government thinks that they need to enforce. She goes on to explain how the Great Firewall suffocates creativity, but points out the dissent by writing, on a grander level, censorship has also enforced Chinese online users to be extremely creative. And for the censors to be quick on the uptake and blocking, this is exceedingly creative content. Like I said before, China has also banned entertainment. In recent years, many children-friendly shows have been canceled or restricted because of inappropriate content or political aspects. A few shows that have been banned, canceled, or restricted would be SpongeBob, restricted episodes, Peppa Pig, canceled completely, and Winnie the Pooh, which was banned for a time solely because their president resembled the lovable honey-eating bear. A representative from Chinese video broadcasting platform touches the topic of low-quality children's shows in China. She explains that because of the problem with streaming foreign countries' shows, the quality of the country's shows drops dramatically. She states that the reason for this is not because of the absence of technology, but because of the drought of talent needed for writing exemplary scripts. The restrictions also limit the amount of foreign actors Chinese productions can use. San Chang, a journalism professor in Beijing, had said, "I'm not surprised by these new rules." According to the same representative, because of the low-quality media being put out, more and more Chinese people are turning to illegally dodging the Great Firewall and using foreign websites to use social media, watch foreign shows and movies, along with gaining access to foreign politics. Before the China government knows it, they will have a huge epidemic on their hands, the people losing trust placed within their government and country. In the more recent years, China has made it very difficult for foreign technology to compete within the country. Social media outlets like Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter are blocked. In the late 2014, China banned Google's email service, which is called Gmail, which made a concerned response from the U.S. State Department. Despite the controls of news, the Chinese public have found many ways to circumvent censors. There are certain software programs that allow Chinese users to set up proxy servers and avoid many controls. VPNs are also very popular. Chinese users use proxies and VPNs to get around firewalls. The number of internet users in China soared from nearly 0% in 1994, when the internet was first introduced to society, to 28.8% in 2009. The amount of information over the last 15 years was greatly increased. The government is losing control of the spread of information. The Chinese government is determined to control online content and its citizens with regard to the kinds of information to which they have accessed. MPS, the branch of government that deals with this issue. They immediately took action by launching the Golden Shield Project. As I said, MPS has been developing the Golden Shield since the 1990s. The project has made its first public appearance in 2000 during the trade show held in Beijing. Security China 2000, one of the showcases in the trade show, became the foundation in the Golden Shield Project. The government initially envisioned the Gold Shield Project to be a comprehensive database-driven surveillance system that could be accessed to every citizen's record, as well as link national, regional, and local security together. In order to develop necessary technology for the project, the Chinese government hired teams of engineers and collaborated with many research institutes and technology providers, both within and without the country. What makes the Great Firewall effective and controversial is not only that it's complex with technology, but also the culture that the system engineers and culture of censorship. All in all, the censorship in China have been putting on their citizens have changed the way that people think, speak, and act upon. This hurts their economy and their government as a whole. It makes Chinese lose trust in their country and lose trust in each other. If China keeps at the rate they are going with the malicious censorship of the country.